Hey, well, here I am at the base of the range, and I'm gonna see how I feel about going up as far as Daggs Falls. So I just thought I'd start here with a little bit of a, a look around the scenery that I'm going to be driving through, and yeah, I thought I'd also just bore the shit out of you with some thoughts about this thing while I'm going along. So what's it sitting at now? 50 volts. So cruise control activated, hands off, just doing its thing. I thought I'd try a chest mount camera this time, because I can't help myself from years of motorcycling just looking around all the time. It's just part of how I'm trained. So anyway, I just wander along here. We'll probably do this in two parts because God knows it'll be pretty goddamn boring if we don't. But, it's a typical country road. It's very, very pleasant. I'm expecting to be able to get up to the falls and back. I'm expecting that on the way back, the battery will get quite a decent break. I'll be interested to see what the voltage goes down to. Got to say, it's pretty hard to read this display in full sunlight. 50.5 at the moment. I pretty much just took it off the charger when I left, and I rode here on it. Hopefully, unless I've done something wrong with the GPS, the maps should show me and show you where I've gone. So yeah, pretty sort of typical extended ride. It's funny how I feel more comfortable turning this way than I do the other way on my essentially skateboard type scooter. For these longer things, this cruise control is great. And what are we dealing with still? 50.3. Okay. Well, one of the things that I've been curious about is whether or not the 1,000 watts potentially available would actually make a substantial, difference on the battery. And I suspected that the answer would be that it would be more or less balanced out by the fact that it's a 13 amp hour battery instead of an 8.8 amp hour battery. So whatever additional resistance the front wheel makes should be more or less sorted out by the additional capacity of the battery. Oh, look at that. Well, I better take care and not really fang it too much as a crash zone next 4Ks, eh? There you go. Well, I think you've probably heard enough from me for the moment. I'll hit this. We're getting pretty close to the Browns Falls coming up. You can just see where the road goes around the corner. Then it goes into Browns Falls. We're going to climb right up that range, dead ahead. So obviously it snakes around because, even cars don't like going up 9-degree gradients, right? They can, of course, but they need to pick a lower gear and they'll use a lot more fuel. So part of reasonable road design is to actually have less gradients. Okay. Maybe I'll leave it on until we get to the sign there so that you can get a better idea of exactly where we are. Okay, so we're gonna go up there. So 2Ks to Daggs Falls, 6Ks to Queen Mary. Depending on how the voltage feels, I'll see which one I go to. This first climb's a bit steep. Maybe I'll just leave the recording on for a bit longer and do the first climb with the recording on, and then maybe, you know, when it starts to, what's the right word? Starts to get boring, then I'll shut it down. But, you know, we're going along okay. It's a few k's back to town. You know, for the people who don't have enough time on their hands compared to walking out here, this is actually a lot more pleasant. And sure, you don't get so much exercise, but as it turns out, I find that it's useful standing on my toes. Not a lot, but just pull the heels off the ground a bit. Just take some of the shocks off rather than just punching them straight up your heels. Okay. Well, seems to be handling this okay. It doesn't seem to be, you know, really shutting it down. I think I might kill the recording here and see you later.